stumbling around between the lines of red and blue. I was coloring thoughts for the sake of finding truth. Was following rules, counting all of my good deeds. Oh, living in fear, hell at my feet. Heaven is out of reach, and there's a fire that I won't slay. There's a fire but no fire brigade. Help our souls tonight, we are losing this fight. Oh, help our souls tonight.
Hey, this is Yogi with Midwest Vapors.
And it's also Yogi from Midwest Vapors.
And this is Dave from Team Midnight Oil.
Now, Dave and Yogi and I are going to be covering a subject. Well, Yogi's dipping out, but me and Dave will cover a subject here that's really important right now. There's kind of a push against vaping from the government at this point, trying to regulate it basically by the FDA, correct? Is that the best way to put it? And there's a bill called HR 2058, and the purpose of this bill is to protect vaping.
Correct. What it'll do is basically the biggest picture on it, it'll push that grandfather date out further, which would include a lot of our vaping products that we enjoy today, because they were not really introduced to the United States at the time that they put the grandfather in date that they have in place now.
So, right now, before us, I have two letters here from two different congressmen. I'm from Wisconsin, so I contacted my local congressman. Dave's from Iowa. Midwest Vapors is located in Dubuque, Iowa. So, you know, what I'm showing here is kind of that connection we as vapors have. We, as part of each state, have to really try and work together. So I guess this video is a call to action for everyone out there, whatever your state is, wherever you're located. Contact your local state representatives and make it a point to tell them how you feel about vaping. I know there are some people that are hugely against vaping, specifically because Facebook and someone infinitely dumb about things showed a video or a picture or whatever of having a problem with a mech mod or an unregulated box mod where it blew up in their face. Now 9 times out of 10 when that happens, it's either 9 times out of 10 it's really a person making a mistake with their battery. They overheat it, they create a problem, they just beat the crap out of something that is somewhat fragile and needs to be properly taken care of. The other thing that happens is they do a poor build on their mod, and when that happens, they end up having a short, some other type of thing, and it's really their own fault. Either poor construction of a build or poor battery maintenance or battery safety, as you've seen in previous videos. So what we're doing here is talking about this giving a bad rap to the industry, not because this is the problem, but because of poor decisions made by those that use them. Using an 18650 battery from a laptop, having a crappy build, using the wrong wire for a build, whatever. So, setting this aside, we need to protect the majority of vaping. Most people don't even use mech mods or box mods, or unregulated box mod. You're using what? Regulated. I have this because I'm practicing for cloud comps because I'm trying to get in with the local team for doing cloud comps. But my daily vape is a Kangertech Any box mod. This is a regulated box mod. This has things in it to keep me safe.
Right.
Okay.
They'll tell you we ain't gonna do that.
Yeah. So, with that being the case, setting this aside and going at the big picture, 90% I would say of all vapors are on something of this nature predominantly. And they use a mech mod when they're either cloud comping or because they are at that expert level of building and using proper techniques. So what we want to urge here is contact your local state representative. Dave, you've talked with Senator Chuck Grassley, correct?
Yeah, I've sent him out an email. He basically went into detail of what the bill is entitled and told me a lot of interesting facts about it that we kind of already covered. But I've also contacted a congressman out of my area Rod Blum. I'd like to give him a shout out for being a co-sponsor on the bill.
Good job. As a vapor, I appreciate it.
Yeah, and that, I believe that came into effect because the week before he became a co-sponsor, I had a lot of discussions with him on how it's changed my life and changed other people's lives that I know through the power of vaping to get off the, as I call them, stinkies.
A huge number of us that vape are previous smokers. The reason we no longer smoke is we found, I'm not going to say the healthiest alternative, or, well, actually probably the healthiest alternative short of quitting. I'm sure there are some things that need to change, but as an industry, vapors are really trying to find a healthier and better way of doing things. Thanks, Yogi. But a healthier and better way of doing things, and the industry is actually kind of regulating itself.
Yeah.
There's been huge advances in the flavoring that's used in e-liquids, so it's no longer just a food use flavoring. It's actually meant for vaping now. It breaks down in a different manner. It's better quality. It's better for you. Coming up with new technology to make vaping easier, lower watts or higher watts with less headache and less health issues. More safety. The industry in and of itself wants to do two major things: get people to quit smoking and do it as safely as possible. And if we're going to add a third thing to it, because I said two, but if we're going to add a third, it's to, I just had a brain fart, I forgot. Whatever, anyways, it probably isn't that important.
I didn't know where you were going.
But, okay, so Hughes contacted Chuck Grassley and Rob Blum. I've contacted several in my state, both Democrats and Republicans, and it seems to be actually for once a bipartisan deal. Both sides of the aisle are willing to look at things rather than be against each other. I got Ron Kind here, who I talked to his office on the phone. I received a letter from them. They understand our concerns, and they're in support of it. Ron Kind, I believe, is a Democrat from my state. And then I also contacted Ron Johnson from Wisconsin and talked to them about it and asked that they support it and explained why. And they were really in agreement and understood that, you know, this is a group of people, you know, those of us that have vape are trying to get away from cigarettes. I have a wife and 2 kids. I want to be able to really be there for them. I want to be there for my friends and family, so I need to try and make better health decisions. Now, I understand I should just straight up quit and get away from vaping and smoking. You know what? Everybody's different. Everybody has their own thing.
Yep.
Whatever gets you to stop smoking and get away from 38 or 42 different chemicals in a cigarette, just do it. And if you vape and you have not contacted a congressman, a senator, get off your butt. Like, straight up, get off your butt. Contact them. Ask them to send you a letter with what their idea is. Really put some pressure out there just to get them to understand, hey, I'm a vapor, and I understand that there can be a problem from this, but this is like a high horsepower car. You can blow yourself up by building a stupid big engine in a car and not having a fuel cut off and die. Okay? This is a performance mod, is the best way to put it. This is meant for performance. If you're an idiot and you don't practice proper safety, you're going to hurt yourself.
For sure.
If you do practice proper safety, you're going to be okay. So it gets down to knowing your stuff.
Yeah, doing your research on it.
Exactly. I don't know if you have anything else you really want to contribute, if there's anything I missed or anything like that.
I mean, just get everybody out there. I mean, whether it be a phone call, email, sending a letter out in the mail, or even a lot of these congressmen and senators, they have Facebooks. You can send them a direct message right on Facebook. I mean, they are out there and they want to hear from us.
Yeah, at the end of the day, everybody understand, they're working for you. They're working for us.
Yep.
We're their boss. And I'm not trying to sound rude to any congressman or senator out there, but you're a voted elected official. That means you're working for us. We gave you our vote. You work for me. you're saying that's okay, and I appreciate what you do, as long as you do what we're asking. So, get out there, get yourselves heard, get people to know what's up, sign some politicians, sign some petitions. You'll see those on Facebook every now and again saying, hey, we support HR 2058. We're saying this is what we want, and get your voice heard.
Tell your story to your congressmen and senators. I mean, both of them that I've contacted, I've done work for in the past on a political basis to help them get into office. And I would have to say, Rod, I mean, done all work for him. I've known him before he even thought about politics. I support you, day in and day out. And I thank you for being a co-sponsor on the bill.
So, thanks to the politicians that are supporting this. Thank you to everybody that's listened. Really get your voice heard. Get out there, say something. Please say something. And just want to thank you again for listening. So, y'all have a good one. This is Yogi from Midwest Vapors.
This is Dave from Team Midnight Oil.
This is Yogi from Midwest Vapors.
And y'all have a good one.